Hey, guys, this is Drunk with Friends. This is your girl V.
And this is Willis.
And we're back for another week. Come on, let's go ahead and clap our hands. We have the most amazing Miss Q, Miss Queen in the building from Pillow Talk with the T.
Shout out, yes.
Thank you for joining us on today. How are you?
I am blessed. I can't complain. Absolutely. How you guys doing?
I am excited to have you on the show. I'm excited to drink. I'm excited to get into some things. As I told you a couple of minutes ago, I am just super hyped. I think I've been hyped ever since you confirmed that you could come. And I was like, do your research. Make sure you have your questions. Make sure you have everything together because I don't want to mess this up. And I've just been really, really elated because I like supporting other Black businesses, other Black podcasts. I mean, it's too many people out here that can't hear what we got to say.
Right.
Absolutely.
So I just want to say again, thank you for coming on the show. For all of our listeners, we always start off our podcast with a shot. We always end up with a shot. If either one of us, if our phones go off with volume, we have to take a shot. And if you were here in person, we'll be playing some drunk games. And normally that person, whoever lose the games, have to take a shot. But you have to kind of be here to pick your question and play. But we're going to admit that one this time, but we're going to be okay with that. With that being said, you agree to all the rules?
Absolutely. Listen, I'm an open book, baby.
Right.
Okay, well, what we drinking on? What you drinking on over there?
Well, listen, I have my Hennessy mixed inside my tea, and this is I actually own this tea.
Oh,
And I talk about it later on. We just doing some nicks and ticks and boots. But other than that, so I like to actually, since this is Pillow Talk with the tea, I like to put my little vodka, my shot inside my tea so it hits and shock the system a little quicker. So you get that fast, good, good time going on. So,
I'm gonna have to try that.
yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
That might cure some hangovers. Who knows?
well, yes, it will.
I feel like it will.
All right, I'm gonna have to try it.
I was congested like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, "Oh, please, COVID!" I'd use a damn lie. So I ended up getting a Hennessy and mixed it into my tea, heated up, and by the time at least an hour or two, it was just open.
So it was like a hot toddy to the max.
Yes.
All
right.
right. Well, let's go and take this shot. Let's get into the tea.
Yes.
Cheers. Ooh. Yeah, that was good. It wasn't as smooth as your tea, I'm sure. So let's get into it. Let's talk about you, Miss Q. You always start off and you say your name and you say, if you can't pronounce it, call me Q or call me Miss Queen.
Yes. So basically, yeah. So normally I do say that because a lot of people, it's hard for them to pronounce it.
I understand. People mispronounce my name all the time. I'd be like, just call me V.
She do.
So tell me about your podcast, how you came up with this idea for your podcast.
So basically, just as I start with my show, my name is Kwamia, but for those that do not know how to pronounce my name, you call me Q, Kwa, or either Queen. I am the CEO, founder, creator, and everything around the board of Pillow Talk with the T. I came up with Pillow Talk with the T. Everything is me, but the thing is, I didn't even want to do a podcast. That's
Okay.
Basically, you got to thank my family members, my village, my friends, people that was like, listen, people need a you in their life. They need someone that's going to tell them how it is, what it is, not what they want to hear, but what they need to freaking hear.
Facts.
In regards to that, I was like, I don't think these people ready for this. I was like, I say, y'all know me. You know me since the day I came out the womb. So you guys, know that tough love, that gut punch out of love. So I said, let me just think about it. And then I just put it off for like 2 years.
Okay.
But it was still something that was resonating in my spirit. Like, you know how you got that fire right here? So this is unspoken thing that's in you. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
What I kept getting. And after 2 years later, one of my cousins, we ended up reuniting. And she was like, what's up with the podcast? As soon as she said that, it was like her words connected to, I'm sorry about that, you guys.
No problem.
I don't like, why these people really? You want to, It's like for some reason her words resonated to the fire that was in me, and I was like, ding, 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 ding. That's what it is.
Right.
Kept trying to find out what it is, because anytime I get a creative idea or something, if I don't generate it, if I don't act on it, if I don't do nothing with it, God is not going to relieve it from out of me. He's like,
I know that's right.
He's not. So when she said that, I was like, that's what it is, and that's what I got to do. So in regards to me doing it, I say, okay, but let me make sure when I come correct. I make sure I come with the fact that just in case anybody want to shoot bullets, I'm gonna shoot a machete.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Shit.
You came out that joint locked and loaded, ready to go, baby.
So I had to make sure my mind, my body, my spirit, my everything was right. And so and then I had to also meditate, pray, and fast in regards to make sure this is something I wanted to do, because I didn't want to just be telling other people's stories. I wanted to make sure, see if I was ready to be able to put my own stuff out there.
Got you. I mean, I think that makes it more real and true to you when it's your own personal experience. You know, you could talk about, like, for example, when people are, oh, you should hold your baby's head up, or you shouldn't be feeding your baby, but you don't have any kids. How are you going to, delegate what I'm doing? And I got 3 kids and you ain't got none. Let's stay in your lane, mind your business, and we'll keep the shit moving.
Exactly. So that's why I always tell people that this is a passion, not a hobby. So don't get it twisted, don't get it messed up, and don't get it confused. So
that's why she got the spice. She got the spice. Yes, love it, love it. You got something for her?
So you said like most of your family, so I guess you're like the go-to person for like advice, or like for them to keep it real with.
Not the roll of the eyes.
Yes, I am, to say absolutely.
Okay, so are you the type that is like, look, I'm gonna tell you how it is, wrong, right, indifferent, like?
Yeah, because so I'm the oldest daughter of my mom's side, the second oldest on my father, the oldest granddaughter to both sides. So in regards to that, I'm basically, even my aunts come to me.
Oh,
so
that's me, child. Get off my phone.
Of everything. So but they know the fact is, don't come to me if you're looking for me to tell you what you want to hear, because it's not. If you don't want the 1,000, fuck 100. If you don't want 1,000% of what I'm going to tell you, because I'm not taking sides. I'm going to see the indifference on both sides, right. And I'm going to sit there and give it to you from the outside perspective looking in. Now, at the end of the day, it's up to you to decide if you want to take the advice I gave you. But don't come back the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, and then think you want to get that again. Because now, like I tell them now I'm going to start charging your asses.
I know that's right. Say my Cash App is #$. But I mean, honestly, I am exactly the same way with you, as with my family as well. They'll call me for this. I'm like, all right. Especially after you told them something and then they do the opposite and then they come back to you. I'm like, but didn't I tell you that you shouldn't do this or shouldn't do that? And now you hear, right? So what do you want me to do? I done already, at the end of the day, you ask advice, you give it to them honestly. Yeah. It's up to that person to take it and apply it to their life, But I used to think, when you get older, you got to worry about stuff like that. But no, 67-year-old aunts going at it. I'm like, y'all the kids now. Like what? Like how did this happen?
Turning around, it's a whole.
Oh my God. So, how long have you been in this podcast industry so far?
Actually, October 13th is going to be the first year, my anniversary of my podcast.
Yes. Nice. Let us be the first to congratulate you.
So
no problem.
I've been, like I tell people, even though I've been in podcasting for a year, the advice that I'm giving, the motivation, the inspiration, everything that I'm giving to you guys, I've been doing this.
Okay, right. Go.
And so me just giving it to you on this platform, it's about to be a year. But me, how I bring it, how I give it, what I've been doing, what I'm doing, it's been my life all and forever. So.
I feel you. So like I said, you've been on this almost about to be a year now. So what has been your greatest obstacle so far? I mean, because it seems like you're kind of like a solo team and you doing this.
Yeah, because listen, when I first came in, I did come in with a co-host.
Yeah, we did too.
We had to make some changes up during season 2. I had an additional co-host, but he was just only temporary. He was a family member who was in the radio, who was just helping me out until I'm ready to find out where my niche of where I was going to fit and how I was going to do this.
Right.
The 3rd season, I say I was supposed to have it came back, but then I extended it because I was like, you know what, something's telling me not to move. So I'm not going to move. So that's why I went into fasting. That's when I went into prayer, into deep meditation. So all the topics that you guys are receiving, you got to thank him, because those are topics that was coming to my spirit, and I was just writing along with the date, even the date when I even started 7/8/21.
Mm-hmm.
That was manifested through what he gave me.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
So, and I'm a numbers person. I connect numbers with the Bible connection of everything. So, but yeah, so I had to just let everybody go. And I had to say, you know what? My aunt, she was like, what you need? You don't need nobody. You good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get in there, do what you've been doing all your life, and sit there and fuck it up. And do what it is that you know you're doing. You know what you're doing. So she was like, but just if you want, bring other people on, have other conversations. There's plenty of other podcasters, have collaborations, do other connections, do stuff. She was like, you got this. You very creative. You very smart. You got this. You
got
don't
this. Yeah.
So, but my highlight has been the fact of that it's just been so elevating to the fact of just meeting different people like yourselves, connecting with so many different people reaching out to me reaching out to them, and just forming a community. And my biggest highlight is I feel like that I am doing the goal and the mission that he planted in me to do, is to heal our community.
I know that's right.
That's my biggest goal. See, even though I give it to you raw, and even though I give it to you real, and I give you candid, but but all this is out of love, but I'm going to make sure we heal our community, because that's most important. Like, excuse my language, fuck the celebrities that everybody want to talk on their podcast. It's cool, but some people would never know you, probably never come across your account.
Guys,
let's start talking about and touching the people who do know you.
Yeah.
And who do come across your account. The average original Smo Joe.
Right.
Those basically been my highlights, because I had people coming in my DMs like, I don't know how you do. You such with poise, grace, confidence, experience. And I'm like, listen, this is life. That's all it is. I just live life, and I just learned through everything that I basically went through, been through. And I'm not saying that I'm not going through things. The difference is between the 20-year-old me and about to be the 40-year-old me is the fact is that I know I have the tools now to deal with it.
Right.
So
you got it. I mean, we talk about it all the time. Well, more so he says about me, and I'm like, yo, I it's not that I don't care how it comes out. It's just the fact that I'm gonna give you with it, like the old people say, I give you some of this fish oil. But by the time that fish oil get through with you, you're gonna be better. Yes. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be nasty at Robitussin. Everybody hated Robitussin, but a day, 2 days later, you with some ginger ale. Mm-hmm. You know, we are in the Black community. Our ginger ale cures everything.
Not the ginger ale.
Yes. Now we got that ginger ale bowl. But you know,
so I'm good.
Why? But I'm just saying, like, we need more. I feel like podcasts like ours, we need more of our in our community, to keep it real, because I feel like when you have such a big platform, then you gotta be politically correct, you gotta be censored. But some people need the raw. They need the unrefined, raw, diamond in the rough whole situation, because that's where they're at. Yes. A lot of people are not there, you know, like for instance, when COVID happened, I was like, I'm not going to tell you to get the vaccine. I'm not going to tell you not to get the vaccine. I'm going to tell you be safe. Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, we Black. Yeah. They're not going to care if we the next body. You know what I'm saying? We only care about ourselves. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
And I agree with that. Like, I'm not going to tell you to do that either, but I'm going to tell you why the fuck haven't you been washing your hands and having toilet tissue and paper towel in your house and Lysol all the time? Because I grew up knowing the fact that those was the things those essentials that you needed and supposed to have in your house.
Right. I was like, y'all don't buy the 3 packs of Lysol wipes? They always in 3 packs in my hood.
I was like, so that lets me know I won't be going.
And I ate at your house? I'm so glad I prayed over my food, child. I'm so glad I prayed over my food.
Yes.
I'm taking back old school. My grandma bleach, some soap water.
Yes. I still do that today. Put the cap of bleach inside.
And you know, 1 bottle of bleach be lasting in your house for like a daggone dead 3 months. So you can't tell me I ain't got no bleach.
Yeah.
You were supposed to put a capsule in the washing machine anyway. But anyway, I'm sorry. Sorry, y'all. We talking about cleaning. But I'm just saying, like, some people need to hear the wrong, because tiptoeing around it, they're going to find loopholes to make excuses of why they're still in the same behavior, or why they're still that same person, or why they haven't launched that business. Like, just say you ain't got no motivation. Just say you ain't got the drive. Just say you lazy. Just say, but don't make it seem like no one's restricting you from doing what you want to do. Don't say that, you know, oh, I can't leave him because, you know, the whole family. Is the family going to be there at 11, 12 o'clock when he beating you inside your head?
No, say that shit again.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's
funny, but dang.
No, I'm just saying.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
There are some people that got so much mouth.
Though, like I'm a domestic violence survivor. That's fucking true. If I would have decided to stay with my son's father because my family loved him so much, I probably wouldn't be sitting here in front of y'all.
Right. And then the people that want you to stay in certain situations or hold you back, they got all this, but they're not helping. Like, oh, here's some money for diapers, or here's a roof over your head. You could stay here. It's just mouth. If you just give a mouth, then nah.
Or the thing is, I feel like people really needed the roughness, because this is what I got. My grandfather, I love my father, but who was very more potent in my life was my grandfather. Military style, straight raw, tall, 6'5", tall, slim, dark skin, chocolate, that amazing brother.
Okay, granddaddy, how you doing?
My father was the shit. Like,
how you doing, your dad?
And in regards to that, you know, that's why I say a lot. Also, I feel like people need that due to the fact that our Black people don't take accountability for shit.
Child, I got questions, but you better make me go down a wormhole. Okay.
So that's what I want people to. I want to shake them up too, and like, come on, like, okay, I understand he did this, but what did you didn't do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, both questions. What you did and didn't do.
Exactly. Like, it couldn't have just been him. It's two people.
So you're more so like taking accountability.
Like, me?
No, I'm talking about the people that you talk to and give advice to.
Taking accountability, and also being responsible. Absolutely, because being responsible for your mental health, your well-being. You sitting there want to start that, and you know that podcast or that business or whatever, and even taking accountability of the fact is, why haven't you yet go to therapy? Because the Black community say it's a facade or it's crazy. No,
talk about it.
Therapy is for you not to go fucking crazy.
Facts.
Exactly.
We talk about it all the time on this podcast. We be like, we believe all Black people need therapy. We believe all people need therapy, but specifically Black people, because when we were growing up, we used to laugh at, oh, you putting your 6-7-year-old in therapy, talk about, you know, Caucasian people. Like, that's no, we handle ours in house. But in house, that uncle was touching on such, that aunt didn't know how to handle her finances, that parent beating up on their mom. You know what I'm saying? It was all this stuff, but y'all handle it in house. And you grow up with this attachment issues. You grow up with these trust issues. You grow up with all this hatred in your heart towards that Black woman or that Black male. You know, it's like all this is a repeated cycle. I won't even say a generational curse. It's just what you've seen. You now adapted it into you. So now you don't want it. Yeah. Or you don't trust anybody because you don't want a repeat of your past.
Yeah, but just as you say, I won't say that my podcast have one niche. What I always say that Pillow Talk with the T is about sweeping the shit from under the rug.
Okay.
Black community bullshit of whatever stays in the house, what did happen in the house, stay in the house. That's true to a certain extent.
Right.
To a certain extent, not to the full extent. So I'm going back to the South Carolina part of my mom's side of the family where things is like swept under the rug. Don't tell certain things. The unspoken rule. We don't talk about therapy. We don't talk about uncle who drunk as hell. We ain't talking about auntie who's a crackhead. Yeah. All that stuff. I'm trying. That's the niche that Pillow Talk is sitting there pulling the rug from under the Black community, and we're about to start revealing it and speaking about the uncomfortable fucking truth.
Love it.
Ooh, girl, I told you she's spicy. I'm about to name this episode "Spicy with Pillow Talk with the Tea." I love it. I'm sorry, I've been taking up time. You got any questions? You got something?
Let's start with your question.
Okay, so you already told us about your support system. Were there any obstacles of like people who was like, nah, don't do it. You ain't got time for it. Why you need to start it? You about to be 40 years old and you can't keep up with the times and what you got to talk about, what you know about, the naysayers, the people that were negative. Did you happen to have some of that in your in the beginning or maybe even throughout the process?
If I did, the motherfuckers ain't say shit to me.
I know that's fucking right. Yes.
Me.
I know that's right.
They're behind the door, behind the window, behind the closet. They damn sure and approach me and called me or say nothing to me. But guarantee you, if they did, they knew they could have spoke to me, but I guess they felt like, hold up, she already proven herself too many times in this family to the fact that whatever she touched turns into gold. So let's just trust her process. Let's trust the process and see what's going on. So now, like I say, like I got family who's in radio and other stuff in the entertainment industry who's like, fuck it up, do what you got. You got this.
Oh yeah.
I know one thing when we first started our podcast, the support we got and like things just started falling in place. And that kind of reminiscent to what you were saying, like it's kind of like a calling when things just start falling in place and things start happening. When you first started, were there any like roadblocks for you as far as like starting your podcast and like putting it on platforms or starting the business and things like that?
Yeah, because we had to find our niche because some people like Anchor and then some people like do this and then,
No, I won't say as platform wise. I did the research once I got the connection that it hit me. I did the research in regards to platform wise. So I was like, I looked at Anchor between Buzzsprout to see which one was best, see who's going to get. Because listen, I was I want iHeart, Pandora, Amazon. I want it all. I want everything.
Come through. I want it all.
I want Apple. I want everything. So I was like, who could get me there quick? And I felt like Buzzsprout was with no doubt. As soon as I start thinking my 10th or maybe 11th episode, the gates of Buzzsprout start opening. It was like, okay, submit it to Apple, submit it to iHeart, submit it to Pandora, submit it to Amazon. The only roadblock I say was the people at the beginning, my co-hosts.
The co-hosts,
okay,
right?
Got you.
That makes sense.
I had to remove them because like I say, this is my passion.
Right.
And everybody is not going to
be passionate about your dream. You absolutely right.
This right here, this is my motherfucking baby.
Mm-hmm.
Just how I would kill for that boy in that room is the same thing I'm going to die and rock for this right here. So at the end of the day, I had to remove the blockers and the things.
Yeah.
I had to. Like, I love them, but you just had to be removed.
Okay. That's great.
Yep.
So guys, now that y'all all loosened up a little bit talking about her and Pillow Talk with the Tea, we gotta talk about some stuff, y'all. I tuned in. It was, let me look at my notes. She had a live podcast vibes event with @_100 shots, which I thought he was crazy, by the way. I wish you would have saw it. Oh my God. He was, shout out to Mr. 100 shots. He did that. Y'all did that. I was like, I love the setup. I love the energy, the crowd. I mean, I felt like they were kind of nervous in the beginning, whoever to say something. And they just like, they started off, they was like, look, let's talk about cheating. I was like, oh, we're just gonna, oh, okay.
Dive in.
All right. Let's talk about it then. So there was a topic they were talking about cheating, and they was talking about emotional versus physical cheating. Yeah, she was like, yeah, we're talking about it. We're going to touch back because sis has stuff to say. Okay, she has stuff to say. And so did he. I wish he was here. He could say it again because he went in depth. He was in.
Oh, listen, that's my boy. I got to salute to my king because, oh my God. But listen, we got something, and we coming again. You missed the first one in live. The second one's coming later on next month. Trust and believe.
Yeah, I was tuned in for about a good 40 minutes. And it was really, really good. It was really, really good. Yeah. So yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about this cheating. Okay. So I believe we started off with cheating, and it was like physical versus emotional. Mm-hmm. And you explain more on emotional cheating. Mm-hmm. Can you explain to us and to our viewers more of your definition or how you feel emotional cheating is? Emotional cheating, like it's a big factor.
Yeah, so basically to me, emotional cheating is cheating to me. You're connecting with someone and emotional to connect that emotional ties that you're not receiving at home. So in regards to that, even the fact of if you're going out and that person is, being more attentive to your needs and your emotions and sitting there also
just take some more notes.
Hearing that intimate conversation that you should maybe talking about that to him or her, to your partner, you should, because you got to realize conversation, especially if it's something close and dear to your heart, you speaking to somebody else that's not your partner, you're now emotionally attaching yourself to that person who's now giving you something that you're not receiving at home. Mm-hmm. And even as I said on the live podcast, the live show, I was like, listen, I understand we hate to repeat ourselves, but you need to say it. You need to, sometimes some people have a different way of not hearing, but listening, not listening, but hearing. You have to get them in a point of doing both. So I understand you don't want to do it over and over, but see, the thing is you do it over and over to cover your ass.
Right. So when you leave,
you'll be like, listen, I tried 7 times. I was in your face. I wrote that shit on a piece of paper. I even said, let's go to therapy. Let's go to counseling. But I'm telling you, that's why I say cross your T's, dot your I's. Mm-hmm. Because when a person is ready and done, and you now have to start seeking out emotional connection from somebody else, is a problem.
Right.
Is a problem because now it's like I'm not getting what I need at home. So why the fuck I need you even in my home?
Ooh.
That's real.
That's real.
Wow.
She was on fire. I was like, girls, talk y'all shit. So now that we got the explanation of emotional cheating, we obviously know what physical cheating is, right? But what would you say if a guy was like, Miss Q, what if I just got head? Is that cheating? What if I just came over and just laid and cuddled with her? Is that cheating? Is it kissing? Is that cheating? Because this is the physical aspect of it. Would you still tell them, hey, yes, you cheated?
Absolutely. Somebody that's putting their mouth on your dick that's not your woman, that's cheating.
I mean, I agree with you, but some men are like, yo, I didn't fuck her.
Yeah, but those who I call the cowards, because what they're going to do is try to manipulate the situation to sit there and say, I don't think that's cheating because you didn't want to give me head last week, and I wanted, like, nigga, that's cheating.
Look, I'm about to go through this daggone. Okay.
So we're not about to do it. What you're not about to do is try to play on my intelligence. And what you're not going to do is try to make me think I'm fucking crazy.
Okay.
No. Because so you walk in this motherfucker and I got John in between my legs eating my pussy. Would that be okay with you?
I think not.
Facts.
I think not.
Exactly.
See, I love, because you're so close to Philly, so you just giving me home vibes. I love it. Oh, I don't know if I said that. She's from New Jersey, guys. The Great Garden State. But she giving me real vibes and real recognizes real. So I 100% agree with you. But like you said, I feel like a lot of men, try to find a loophole, the reverse psychology of it, the whole well, you didn't ask me if I got head, you asked me to sleep with her.
And that's the thing that pisses me off. Wait, so I gotta play the 101 Dalmatian questions to end up getting into details of what if you did it or not. So if I don't ask the right question,
you ain't gonna get the right girl.
Child, bye. First of all, how about you just pack your shit and leave? How about that? I'm done. I can't.
Do you think like specific genders do more of the other? Do you think like women necessarily are more likely to emotionally cheat than physically cheat, or is it about even for men and women? Do you think?
Honestly, I think it's even on both sides. But the thing is about with women, we are strategic thinkers,
smart as hell,
and we make sure we play chess, not checkers. And whoever the piece that we connect to on that chessboard, we making sure that they asses don't go do this.
You won't even know what cheated until you broke up. Okay.
Until we honestly, we probably take that shit to our grave. You will never end up knowing ever.
Wow.
But I do agree with the fact that I feel like a lot of women, not most, because there are some shitty females out there, just like there's shitty men out in the world. I feel like a lot of women do exhaust all options first before they cheat. Like, that's emotionally or physically. If their man is telling them, baby, you look good every morning, no matter if they get tired of hearing it, they already know my husband tells me, or my boyfriend or whatever, or girlfriend tells me every day that I'm beautiful. So a random person at the gas station ain't going to appease me because I hear it all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how, even down to like parents, my father growing up, he would tell me all the time, he was like, I want you to know that you are. So when a guy comes telling you, you won't be surprised and be so easy to be like manipulated.
The dad was pouring into you. And this is what I speak about on Pillow Talk with the T, about your family or people that love your loved ones, pouring into you so you won't go out into this village that's called the world, or the forest. I call the forest, it's called the world. This motherfucker's a beast. So in regards to that, you already be like, oh really? You want me getting that shot with girls? I be looking like, girl, what you mean? Really, bitch? You should be feeling that
shit off, girl. This is like the second time you make me want to go, girl.
Like, you should already be feeling that. If that's the case, that all that should just be just confirmation. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Or let's talk about the women that's sitting there that don't take it. Like, what do you mean? I'm like, oh my God.
Or the ones that be like, oh, I got a man. Like, dog, somebody can give you a compliment
and don't want to names. Come on.
Just say thank you. I appreciate that. And then keep on going. I mean, and that's vice versa too.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I've given men compliments and be like, hey, I don't want anything. I don't want to talk to you, but I just want to let you know your suit is really nice, or your tie is really nice, or you smell really good. Now, if he then says, I'm sorry, I do have a boyfriend, but I just want to let you know that that's a scent. It's a scent. That you smell good.
Yeah, but listen, you be doing too much for me. You do a whole intro for me. Listen, if I see a man and he's nice, I'm like, how you doing? How you doing, King? You look good. That's it. I'm not about to say I'm not wanting that from you, and then I'm not about to give you a whole instruction.
No, girl, no. It's a difference. From where we from,
you don't take it, and I'm gonna keep making sure I swing my big ass with my thighs right across your ass. I ain't doing all. That's too much.
Listen, different communities, different things. Back home, yeah. Out here in PG County, and this if you don't address things in the beginning, it can be misconstrued the wrong way.
And where y'all at?
We in PG County, Maryland.
DC, pretty much. DMV.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
wow. Oh yeah, I know about them over there.
But I'm just saying, you gotta dress things a certain way. Like if I'm at a bar in North Philly where I'm from, I'm like, oh yo, you smell good. Period. But out here, if you don't do the precursors, they're gonna be like, oh well, here's my business card. Maybe I could take I could take care of it. And I'm like, I don't want nothing from you.
That's why I came to Maryland one time, and Maryland did not call me ever again. Oh hell no.
Now you seeing what I'm saying.
I do see, because even when me and my son was living in Texas, some people were saying that, oh, we just too forward, direct. I don't know no other way to be. See, now y'all can play that little hospitality, fake, nasty, nice all you want to, but where I come from, we gonna fuck you up in your face. We're not gonna behind your back.
I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here, because my friends here, well, when I first got here, used to tell me the same thing. And I'm like, yo, I'm from North Philadelphia. You won't get what the fuck I give you. And you gonna take what the fuck I take. I mean, what I give you. And yes, the delivery could be different, but coming out here young, I don't give a fuck your feelings, because at the end of the day, I'm thinking, you understand. You from where I'm from. But now that I moved out here, I've adjusted and I've grown, whatever. And I realized my words have power. Huh?
God bless you.
But out here, like I said, you got to change, not got to change, but you have to read the room. Let's put it like that. Read the room.
Yeah, but my ass moved back from Texas to New York. Ain't no motherfucking place like home. And they also say that, I had one person say, oh, you talk too fast. I say, no, bitch, you listening too fucking slow. That's what you're doing.
You better. Love it. I freaking love it. Oh, so let's reel it in a little bit. Let's go back. We talk about cheating. Look, as I said, it could go down a wormhole real fast.
We could be like this.
And I'm like, oh, wait. How did we get talking about giraffes and we was talking about cheating? How did we?
Facts.
Because this him over and this. I'm like, oh, whatever. Fuck it.
That's how, I'm Jersey, Philly, New York. That's how we do.
That's exactly how we do. So the next thing I want to talk about, she talked about social media and relationships. Girl!
Okay, where we going with this?
Let's talk about. All right, I lost my breath.
Yeah, I went in on that one. He did. He was like goals. Yes, he was. Goals. I was like, yes, give it to him.
Oh, he didn't tune in because I think he was like, it was like date night for him or something. Can you tell him give a little synopsis of the goals?
So basically the part that I hit on, because of course he was just talking about the fact is that with social media have this whole thing where it's like telling you who you in a relationship with blank. And it's like he was and of course my 100_100 shots_ was saying, why the fuck is you telling my motherfucking business? How you know I want to tell people who I'm with? So that's what he basically said. So it was like he would just went into talking about goals, social media goals, and all. But then I went into the fact is my part when he threw it over to me, I said, yeah. What's the problem with the social media? Is everybody want to validate their motherfucking relationship on social media. Social media do not need to validate what the hell going on in my heart, in my head, and with my man or my woman, whoever I decide to date during the season. They don't need to know who the hell it is. At the end of the day, then people put on social media what you only want to sit there and you want to put on there, but everybody think they have the whole picture figured out.
Yeah.
Right.
And then there was a good part. There was a good part. He was like, oh, you posting when we having dinner and when we going out, but no one's posting about 11:30 at night when you're cussing my ass out.
I'm cursing, when she cursing my ass out, when I could sit there and I can't get her nails done or I can't pay a bill or something because, you not going on social media sitting there saying, social media, I am fucking broke today.
Yep, that part.
You ain't putting that on there. And you definitely, and then he stood up and he was like, social media, because she's about to leave my fucking ass. He pointed to me. So you just got to watch the video. Like go into.
I'm going to go back and watch it. Yeah.
It was so much fun.
Yeah. I actually uploaded it on my YouTube. So, because one of my queen sisters, she was there. She the one that went live on her phone. I think my phone kind of did some crazy shit afterwards. But, I took it from her social media and just uploaded it to my YouTube. So just go check it out on my YouTube.
So at least at the time that I had tuned in, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I was like, okay, I got enough that I want to talk to her. I'm about to watch it a little bit later, but it was so, you know how people like, oh, this is juicy. It was so juicy. I felt like it was gossip time, but it was real. It was real genuine vibes. It was real genuine energy. But I want to talk about social media and relationships here. After you, I was thinking, I was like, so what about the people? Do we really believe these celebrities are all like, for example, I talk about it all the time. Sierra and Russell Wilson. They make it on social media seem like they the most perfect couple, bubbly, perfect, because you know
They might be happy.
I mean,
yes. As you talking, I could feel. I don't know. See, the thing is, you could sense bullshit. I'm sorry, you really can't. If you
no, you can cuss on here. I don't care.
If you really in tune, you could really sit there and sense bullshit.
And that's what I sense.
Extremely that they are really is that. Now, granted, I feel like when they do have that shit, of course you're not gonna see. That's none of your business. But my thing is, I also believe that they also communicate the same way they show the love. Mm-hmm. They show the communication when the bullshit, when shit hit the fan. They're not dodging each other. They're not avoiding each other. They actually praying, communicating.
Yeah, I do believe the prayer thing. I've seen them pray together and stuff like. It's just maybe I could be I'm the devil advocate. I'm just like what you said earlier. You show all the good times. Show us
Jennifer Lopez. That's a whole different story,
girl. You sip your tea, I'm gonna sip my tequila and ginger ale.
That's a whole different story. That she definitely put shit on there. I don't know what's going on. Somebody brought up on the show and I say, listen, I love J-Lo, but the thing is J-Lo just been in too many people's beds. Like, she's a really deep, hopeless romantic, and I understand that. But when are you going to detox, sis? You got to detox from each of these.
And she don't have a break in between relationships. I was like,
no.
Or maybe put to the media, we saw it as the no break. And I get it. Sometimes shit happened in the backhand, and we as the regular folk find out later after the fact. But it's like, bro, you've been apart from Ben Affleck for how long? And now you just picked him up literally the day after we found. How many rings has she accumulated from people who proposed to her, including Ben Affleck?
I'm thinking probably a good 5 to 7.
I'm about to say, I was thinking about a good 3 to 5, like they business days and shit for shipping.
I thought it was kind of weird. Like after she broke up with Diddy, like she was with like Mark Anthony and they got married like that. Like I felt like less than a year.
You had the twins, everything. I was like,
what is going on? Okay.
But here's the thing though. Like J-Lo doesn't really put her business out there. It's more so like TMZ and these other like media outlets.
I mean, but you know you a celebrity.
You don't really hear from her like that.
Yeah, you're not going to hear from her. But my thing is, that paparazzi is going to be out there. You are always on some type of paparazzi or some type of magazine. What's the one? People magazine, Access, whatever. You're always on something just because you have a dope body. It could be, J-Lo's perfect ass week, whatever. So you're always in the limelight for something, not for your singing mostly, but definitely for.
Don't do J-Lo like that. Go ahead.
Come on, we gonna call the thing a thing, bro.
Okay. But going back to what you said at the live event, do you follow your partner on social media?
Hell no.
Do you follow your partner on social media?
Yeah.
I do too. I don't see the part.
So sweet. I were cute.
Don't do me like that.
No, I don't post about my relationship or nothing on social media.
No,
I don't. Certain things are private.
But why do you follow her?
Well, for me, I could say that I was friends with my partner before we were in a group setting. So I followed everybody in that group setting before we even started dating. So it was kind of like one of those pre-existing conditions before we started talking on that level. So I can't be like, oh, I got a relationship, but now we follow. No. We were talking, or we were cool a good 10 months before we was like, oh, you know what? I fucks with you. Let's talk. So that's why I'm like, I'm not going to delete you now. And it feels like I hate you because we're in a relationship. Like, counterproductive.
I mean, I think I was pressured into it, but it's like, I feel like it's
men in the world.
But I feel like it's like it's like 101. Like now people give you her social media before they give you your number. So
I heard But see, you know how I heard that? I heard that from people in Maryland because, yeah, I was
Don't
like,
be
I was like, what the fuck? So I said,
that's the thing out here.
And listen, a person from Maryland, if I don't know if you guys know Off the Top Media Time, but they call it now, they have a podcast, they changed it to It's All Up Podcast.
Okay.
They said that, and I'm like, what?
This is like the new business card.
The handles and all that and the DM. I don't know. Like, if I don't know.
But if you think about it, it's actually kind of better that way because you can't ungive somebody your phone number, but you can block somebody on social media.
But I could block their motherfucking ass on my phone too. Block and delete.
I mean, yeah, you can, but it's easier to do on social media.
You gonna call me from your homeboy phone, your grand, your nanny, your mommy? Because guess what? I do not answer phone numbers that's not logged into my contacts.
That's true.
I agree, but it's less chaotic and easier to block somebody on social media than it is then have to get that
another fake account.
True. Start stalking you.
I mean, I feel like if you're stalking me, then there's a problem. Especially if you're stalking me in the talking early stages, like you're kind of crazy.
People out there, sis.
I mean, I believe you, honey. I believe you. I'm just saying that still don't change the fact they ain't crazy.
You from up here, you know that there's mother crazy people in this world.
There is. That's why my ass left.
And now with also with Instagram and Facebook too, people are calling people on there now.
Oh my God, yeah.
I hate it. I hate that feature, but I'm like, yo, don't call me from Instagram.
So explain to me why it's a bad reason to follow. Not a bad reason. Your reasons why you shouldn't follow your partner on social media.
But let me go back a little bit. It was because when you do see this, you're gonna see that one of the guys say he does, and the reason that he do is because he want to be her biggest fan. I said, oh, so fucking cute.
Everybody gave claps. We was
like, that sounded like bullshit.
And then my co-host was like, you just got a whole motherfucking 1,000 likes just for that shit.
Yeah, he did. It was so funny. It was
I was like, that's cute, but you did just get a whole 1,000 likes and got extra bitches on your dick now. But
facts.
No, but me, I just honestly, I choose not to do. First of all, I don't have a significant other, a relationship. I only have a sex situationship. Me and him do not follow each other. I don't care about to know what's going on in his world. Mm-hmm. Because when he's here or wherever we're together, that's all that matters. After that, there's nothing else. I don't really care to know posting about your children, posting about what your mama, whatever, respectfully. Of course, my son follows this particular person, my sex situation, and I know him for over 16 years. In regards to, there's some care, and his grandma had passed away recently, like I think last week. Of course, I reached out to him, gave my condolences, and the only reason I found that out because my son follows him, and some other family members. But me personally, I do not. Right. And I just feel like I want to keep that world separate. And the thing is also, I was in a relationship where I didn't follow the person. And see, people, if they're not confident in themselves, mm-hmm. I don't use my social media to post my personal life. My social media is for my business, for my podcast. It's how I market, promote, and advertise myself. I don't sit, other than that, you not getting about anything else about Crimea. That's it. So
I respect that.
For him to come out and say, well, you didn't post us or you don't post me, or baby, you go down my whole timeline, I post no motherfucking body.
I know that's right.
Then on top of that, I said, I barely post my son, which my son got to an age where it's like, he said, Mom, you decide to make this transition to be a public figure in the public eye. I did. So if anything, I don't even post him. For you to find him, you probably have to go way down to find him. So it's like, you got all that time, do you? But no. So I think it's just, I feel like it also create chaos. If the person's not strong in their element and their stance, they're not confident, that shit could create problems. And the same way as men love their peace, This one bitch right here loves her peace. Don't come disturbing my fucking peace.
Come on. I'm about to start having an offering table, an offering plate for you, child. You better talk your shit.
Because it's not just men who love peace. When you get at a certain age in your life, there's women, we do not want our peace to be disturbed. So for you to bring some irrelevant conversation about what I didn't post on social media, nigga, you better go and step. And you ignore the fact that you got me right here, live in color. I don't need social media to validate the fact that we are together. Like even my last serious relationship, we was together for 5 to 6 years. We just respectively did not follow each other. We did not want people and outside noise into our love bubble.
Right.
I protected my love bubble and my relationship in the space that we are creating for us. We don't need that. No, we don't need your opinions, your comments, or anything. And we damn sure don't need your light.
It was the tap for me. So how do you feel about, I'm gonna ask, because I feel like I've been commandeering this whole conversation. How do you feel as a man about social media and relationships?
No, I feel the same way y'all feel, but I can't get that off. Like, so the women that date, they'll be like, oh, so why you hiding people? What are you hiding? Or are you trying to hide me? You don't want people to know that you're in a relationship. What you doing? They think I'm being sneaky.
That's some unconfident ass fucking women, insecure bitches. I'm done. I can't. And you listen, you could get it off. You just gotta like, listen, I just want to protect our space. I want to protect our relationship. Just want to keep us for us. You know, we don't want outside. Listen, nigga, you better.
You seen that?
I've tried.
You seen that?
And then they say I come off toxic if I start saying stuff like that.
Child, no. See, now what they doing is using reverse psychology. Okay. That's what they're doing, because who the toxic one is the person that's talking to you and telling you that you're toxic.
You know what? You're right. We gotta reevaluate some things.
Yes.
I need you like 6 months ago. Because look, you're giving, I mean, all jokes aside, you're giving good gems out here. There's somebody who's gonna be listening to this like, damn, she right though. I mean, damn. I guess I could have stopped. Oh, damn. Nipping in the bud early. Or people who are realizing later, like, I'm glad it reassures them of why they cut off a person. Let's say there's somebody who's just going through a recent separation or of a relationship breakup or whatever. They're gonna be like, you know what? This just reassured me this person was toxic, or they didn't understand me, or they didn't realize my goals, my dreams, and didn't da-da-da-da. Right. And that reassures them to be like, oh, I can get over this.
Absolutely. That's how people was feeling in the room when I was saying certain things. They was like, oh, I was like, oh, I punched you hard, right? Got it. Listen. Sometimes you just gotta feel it. Sometimes you just gotta get that gut punch and just wake up sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because some people will go to sleep. You got so many people sleepwalking out here. Okay. Like, what's up? And it's like, and you know better, but for some reason you have put yourself in a situation to allow somebody to actually control your mind, because you're thinking about, my thing is, this is the analysis that I always forgive. If you have spoiled milk in your refrigerator, right? Mm-hmm. What's the one thing you want to do?
Pour it out in the sink, right?
Exactly. So why the fuck you gonna hold on to expired relationships?
Oh. All right, that was a punch. Wow.
Exactly. The same way how they felt in the room. Because the thing is, we don't think about it. We feel like we need to hold on to these people to end up filling that space for what? You only giving people space in your unnecessary space that don't need to be there. And when you start relieving them, guarantee that light and the weight on your shoulders is going to completely be light, and the load is going to be completely different. My thing is, as people, we should always have people that's going to bring substance and value to our lives. Not saying we using them, but to take us in the elevation of space of where we want it to go. Right. And that's just like even another analogy. When a rocket ship ends up going up into space, the two missiles on the side eventually falls off because it cannot gravitate the altitude or the level where it's going to go, where that rocket ship going to go.
Come on, engineer. You better come through.
Oh, yeah, my son also going to college for that. So listen, I'm not playing no games.
Come on, sis.
I see.
This is my sis right here, okay?
Like, yeah, but that's people. Then the women. I think there's a very small few of men do this, but I don't really hear much. But women do this a lot, thinking they could change a man.
Child, girl,
Oh, yeah.
Not change nobody.
I need to sing. What song they do when it's time for offering time? Girl, could you preach it up in here? You better preach.
I think like most people, they want a project.
No,
they don't want a man, they want a project.
You know what it
Motherfuckers
is?
want to be Bob the Builder, and I'm not Bob the Builder. You're too old to be Bob the Builder. Listen, at the certain point when you get to like 30 and up, or
that's what I was about to say. It depends on the age bracket. That's what I was just about to say. The age bracket. If you like between 20 and 30, you can't expect somebody. Those are your years where you're supposed to build yourself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Establish yourself. Don't say, oh, you need to have your own place, have your own degree or whatever your stipulations will be. And they only 23.
You are.
Right. You try to figure out who you are, and you expecting this of your partner, regardless if you're a man or female. Like, you're trying to figure out who you are, how you expect them to get themselves together. Now, I feel like when you get over 30, you should have some type of plan. You should already have some roots expanding in the ground. I don't care if you're a junior analyst here, or you just started your entrepreneurship business over here, or you're building houses literally with your own hands from the ground up. I don't care, but you should have some type of stability once you hit 30.
At 35, I'm asking, what the fuck are you doing?
At 35, I'm asking, what's your credit score?
I'm asking you, first of all, at 35, and you ain't got it together, I'm asking you what the fuck you've been doing and what you're doing and why are you even in my face, because it's telling me that you ain't got your shit together.
And you ain't got shit to do with me.
And the thing is, and it's not for me to sit there and hurt their feelings or to sit there and X them off. It's just the fact that if I'm at my age and I bust my ass and I've been through its life experience and I went to therapy and I got a life coach or I poured into myself and I exercise, I do all these great things. So why want to have a person that's willing to got the same mentality value as me? True. I can't be your therapist. I'm not doing that. So you need to go back out this door, get yourself together, and if it may be probably meant to be, then come check on me in the next 5 to 10 years. And
I seen a post the other day. It was like, we're too old to be raising grown men.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. If your mother didn't do it, what am I going to do?
And I'm sorry, women, let me tell you something. Women are boys. Women who have sons, we definitely don't want that shit. Because our own sons already fucking drain all and suck all the patience out. So we ain't got no room for the bullshit.
Facts.
True.
I tell people my patience is this thing. You better either bring it or you better exit. Which one? Because my son made up for all the kids I probably would have had, should have had, could have had, but didn't have. I'm good. So you come in here thinking I'm about to raise you? Nope. Ain't happening. Gotta go, boo.
I hear you.
I'm with it.
You got something?
No. Do you consider your podcast something? I get the feeling like the podcast can turn into therapy. Like if someone's like watching your podcast, like group session, like you're learning. And do you get that all the time, or do you see that? Or was that your original intent?
All the time. I don't. And the thing is, I don't even mean it for it to go there. But it does go there. I even have people that I remember one of my lives, one of the girls was like, I'm literally sitting here crying, watching your show right now. Like, you're really hitting me. And I hear a lot of people like, I needed to hear this. Like you got some things resonating and burning inside of me. You just activated some things that I needed to hear, that I don't have a person like you. And again, it goes back to people saying that a person needs a person like me in their life. So I do get that. It does turn into that. And listen, it even turns into it for me, because when I'm giving and pouring out into people,
you preach it to yourself.
Preach it to myself, and I'm just re-innovating things back to myself and pouring it to myself.
Yeah. I respect. We had one in our first year of having our podcast. We had a listener who found out, obviously late in the game, that he had, I believe it was pancreatic cancer, and he would tell me through his treatments, he would listen to our podcast just so he could have something to like make him laugh and be like, oh, I know that's right. That's some white people shit. Or oh, I know that, just little stuff. Because we would talk about our crazy ish of the week would be most of the time it'd be some white people shit. And he'd be like, what you mean? You did this. So his treatments, he would be listening to our podcast, and then his sister reached out to us when he passed away, and he was like, I just want to let you know that I appreciate you guys because y'all made him laugh. The time that he had him, y'all made like things like that. It makes you want to continue. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know nobody's situation. Obviously, not as extreme as cancer, but it could just be simple as, I'm having a rough time. I'm about to get evicted, or I'm having a bad day at work. I just need to get some laugh.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear some crazy shit of the week. I want to hear positive things of the week. I want to hear what the question of the week is. I want to take some shots with them. You never know what you're putting out there.
Or that even the fact that one thing that you may say, or you guys say, I say on our shows, that it could end up saving somebody. Because listen, I know what suicide is because I had a sister who took her like 2 Christmas ago. So I know that shit could be real. And so I know sometimes when you don't have a tight, close-knit village or people, a community, you don't realize some people seek out.
Right.
Don't even know you from camp, but just feel like, damn, that's my homegirl. Like, I feel like she's family.
Right.
And just one thing that you may say may have made them change their mind to do whatever they probably was thinking about doing, or made their day.
Yeah, that day or that hour. For real.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, let me bring it back. I had one more thing I wanted to draw. Actually, 2 more things I want to address. I'm pretty sure we're about to be at an hour, but I don't care. So let's talk about the third thing that I took out from their live, and I was writing more notes after the live. Friends with exes. Boy, when I tell you this shit was so good, it was so good.
Wait, you can't be. Never mind.
Yeah, no. We're gonna talk about it.
All right,
talk about it.
Okay, you see how he stopped himself right? Look, you know what it is, sis? He don't want to get chewed out by you. That's why. He like, you know what? Nah, I'm good. When people like, hey, you on second helping, and everybody looking at you like, no, nobody else is getting it. So
shit, I'm getting my second plate.
I know that's right. I'm hungry, bitch. Feed me till I want no more.
Thickness ain't come on this bone body for no reason.
Okay. But yeah, so they talked about friends with exes, and I believe your co-host, Mr. 100 Shots, was like, y'all friends, y'all watch your exes? And it was like, yeah, some people, it was like a mixed crowd. It was like, yeah, no, they was like, why? I was like, oh. And I'm bringing this up because something recently happened to me. Well, I brought it up because I wrote it down first, but I'm bringing it up because recently I already started my own my own business. And I'm like adding people that I know that follow me on like my podcast and in my personal life. To get followers up and whatever, so I can start promoting my stuff. And then out of nowhere, I get a request from an ex. Like, you're blocked on my other social media. So I'm trying to understand, because my friends have promoted my business on their stories, trying to help me, which I respect. They're sharing the like. We always ask, hey, y'all support me, share, like, subscribe, share, like, whatever. And they did it. So people have been starting to add me. And then I was like, this person just followed my business page. How did you find? And then my page is public because obviously you can't have a private page if you want to have a business. Right. I'm selling hair products. I need them to see everything that I'm doing. So I'm like, I guess I can't deny it, because when you have a public page, it's kind of like just, they already automatically follow you.
So what did you do? Did you follow him back or what?
No, definitely not.
Did you block him?
I didn't block him, and the only reason why I didn't block him is because I'm like, he got a girlfriend now, so that could be a sell.
Absolutely. Ding, ding, ding. She thinking about the bag. Hell yeah.
Hello? I'm sorry. Hello? Bye for your next bitch, hoe.
Logic is undeniable.
I was like, go bye for your next bitch. I ain't got shit to do with me. Mm-hmm. Ship it. I'ma ship it.
I don't think it's a problem having ex as a friend, as long as it's platonic at that point. Like, I'm friends with like maybe 2 of my exes, but these are people also
platonic, like what? Like I be trying to get this when people say this to me.
So let me ask you a question before we get back to Willis real quick. So I guess this is like I asked the question. This is question point A. So if the relationship, does it matter if the relationship ended on good terms or bad terms that the person is blocked?
It doesn't matter to me. I just don't friend my exes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, now back to you. I just want to know, because a lot of people I'm blocking this person because he cheated or he broke up with me or whatever the reason is of unreconcilable differences. They're like, I'm blocking.
And when he finished, I got two stories on that, both situations, a similar story like yours, and then the whole thing. Even though the relationship, we both agreed to end it.
Okay, that's why I was like, I feel like if it's a mutual thing, it's like, okay, I don't care if it's mutual because it's like we both understood we need to go our separate ways. But if you want to support my business as a old friend, I'll take your money. Just order it through my website. You ain't got no direct connection to me. You know what I'm saying? But I understand. Okay, all right, go ahead. Because I want to hear what she got to say.
No, well, both of my exes, like I dated them in like my teenage years. Like I was like 19.
Oh, so that was like 50 years ago.
Thank you.
Oh God.
My age. Yo.
I always did this to him. I'm sorry.
So anyway, these are people I've known for like 20 years, but both of the relationships, I think both of them cheated too. But it was one of the things like after we ended the relationship, maybe a year or two later, we talked about it and then we just been friends ever since. Like I'll talk to them about my relationship, they'll talk to me about their relationships. Sometimes we'll just go to the bar, hang out, but it's never anything like it's no sexual thing going on anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's like been there, done that. You know, this person just cool people to talk to. Sometimes you can not, person can be wrong for you in a relationship, be right for you as a friend.
That's kind of deep.
I heard that from a good friend of mine too.
Yeah, so that's how I kind of looked at it like that. Now, if I was out here like still trying to do stuff with them and all that other stuff, then it's based on like ill intent. I think so. So these are just genuine friends that I have. Now, would I? How can I put that?
You see me looking at him, sis? Like, I feel like you're trying to find a loophole. That's why I feel like.
Now, all of us sitting down, like me, my current girlfriend, and all my exes, and everybody sitting down at barbecues and stuff. No, but I don't know. That's my take on it. But so I take it you don't think exes can be your friends.
I'm not saying that I don't think exes could be friends. I'm not saying that because I feel what I believe is that each is own. Right. You do whatever's fit for you. But now, as in Kwamea's world, I'm not befriending my ex. You are blocked, and then I'm deleting you out of my phone. Damn. Not only that, I sat here and tried that before. It just don't work. So me trying to have and I just shared this with a friend of mine who said what you just said, was that he was with someone that he felt like she needed a friend more than she needed a boyfriend. So they end up just broke it off. Right. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, but I don't think I could do all that if for somebody I just dig down, slob down, all that shit. Like I'm not doing that, and I'm not about to come here and because I like I said, I tried it. I'm not about to tell my ex like, yeah, so I'm about to go out with this guy. And then when we tried that, he was like, Qua, stop it, stop. I can't. He was like, we're about to be really real in this shit. He was like, I can't hear it. Because he said, listen, you could call me whatever you call me. A nigga could call me whatever they will call me, but there's no way I'm about to have a woman who was in my world, but we decide to either end. And I'm not about to hear you telling me if whatever you about to do to this man or this man about to do to you, because it automatically goes to whatever she used to do to me, he could be doing to her. I mean,
and honestly, I feel like that's the real reason why a lot of men straighten up in relationships, because they're like, yo, I can't imagine my girl fucking another nigga. Exactly. I can't imagine her doing the shit she does to me to another nigga. That's when they honestly started straightening up. So what you saying? He can get it? So you saying he gonna get that guap 2000?
Exactly. So listen, and he was like, and I had to respect him because he was telling me his genuine feelings and his emotions. I say, you know what? I'm not even gonna question it. And I'm not, and listen, I don't call you a weak, I don't call you a punk. I'm calling you what it is, that this is how you feel. And I'm respecting your feelings as a man and as a human being. Because if it was reversed, I don't want to hear that shit either.
Facts. So
Like, we're gonna keep it real. Let's call a thing in the thing. We're not about to live in this fucking planet called Earth that's we gonna be fake about this. Like,
facts. I want to hear it. Why are you talking
And-
to me about it?
and
Get off
even
my phone.
how your story, for instance, let me tell the first story, like before the one similar to yours. The first story was me and this guy, we know each other off and on probably about a good 4 or 5 years. In and out of relationships because he wasn't getting his shit together, but we tried. So what I came to him, because I feel like we stretching this and it's going to stretch so thin that we going to end up probably disrespecting each other, because you know how you feel like you trying to make something work, but you know it's not there anymore. But you trying to stay in it, but if you feel like you stay in it, it's going to get disrespectful and y'all going to get evil to each other. So I just came to him like, let's just end this. So when we ended, he the one start unfriending all my business pages and all the stuff. But I already knew he was going to do that because that's who he is. I know I know the pieces on the chessboard, people I play with. So I already knew he was going to do that. So when he did that, I'm like, cool, no problem.
Right.
Listen, that's how we operate. Gotcha. But then he reached out probably about a week and a half ago, sent a Facebook Messenger message, but before I could even look at it, he took it back. I say, you know what, smart man, because it wasn't meant for you to do.
Clown behavior.
Exactly. So another similarity of what you have is that my last serious relationship, the ex, he when I went to Texas, the reason why we broke up is because I don't do long-term relationship, long distance relationships. I'm not a long distance person.
Gotcha. Right.
In my city, so we could get connected together is no.
Hello.
So we broke it off in agreement, even though he didn't want to, but he understood my mission of what I needed to relocate for. Okay. So when I came back, he was already married. So
I'm not appreciating the married, but okay. Oh no, that's too deep. I'm not going there.
He's married, but he married. Because
I'm done. Ew. Where's the casket? I'm done.
Trying to throw shade on his marriage, but come on, I know what I did to this man. I know what I tell. So when he found out I came back because me and his family goes to the same church, blah, blah, blah. So he basically found out that way. Then also he never seen me. He just seen me on social media. So he was stalking my page. And the page, so he ended up basically, and I was kind of like, okay, first, before he even followed me, he liked 2 pictures. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck is you doing?
Right.
Because we don't follow each other on social media. I haven't heard you since 2015. This is 2021. What's up?
Why are you doing this?
So then he goes and he hit the follow button. And I went back like this, like, what's going on?
Right.
Hold on, wait a minute, stop the press. Everybody stop what you're doing. Because what is you doing? We don't do this. I don't do this. So I sat there, I had to think. I said, okay, I know what you're doing because I've been with you. I know what you're doing and I know how you're thinking. That marriage you got over, that's some fake bullshit. So you know the one you really want is back in town. And now
it's hot in here.
And you tapping on, you're not even tapping on pictures that I'm in or people, and you tapping on pictures of like items of me sitting and posting somebody bought something for my birthday or shot cupcakes and shit. Right. That's what you doing. Okay, so I got you. So what I did was I followed his fucking ass back.
Okay.
Let him know I see you. Right. You see me.
Okay.
So remember, I play chess, not checkers.
Okay, I'm listening. I'm waiting for the checkmate.
Because before I even sit there and I even follow him back, I did like 2 of his pictures. That's one of the pictures was when he posted his daughter report card. Because I met his kid, so I know she's very smart. I'm like, yeah, I could definitely do that because she's smart as hell.
Picture of him and his wife, because I would have definitely liked that shit. If we're gonna be petty, wedding day, anniversary,
I was thinking about that, sis, but I was letting him know I wasn't even gonna like it because I already know that shit is a facade. It's a fraud.
That's where you mean different. We're gonna be petty. We're gonna be fucking petty, bitch.
So then I end up following him, and then all of a sudden, and then now, the checkmate is about to be. Remember, our family know each other.
Right.
My older cousins, one of my older cousins, I said his 50s, his wife passed away 2 months ago from cancer. You know, God rest your soul, auntie.
Right.
Well, I call him auntie, even though my cousin, that's the southern part of me. So he was at the funeral. Because remember, they grew up together.
Right. I get it, but it's like,
listen, I date men 10 years to 15 years older than me. I don't date in my age range.
Okay.
So the thing is, I had my uncle and my cousin was like, oh, such and such is over there. I'm like, why the fuck y'all telling me? Like, why?
True.
If you see him, I know that he seeing you, that you telling me that you see, I see him. Like, I don't care.
Right.
After the funeral was over, about to get into the cars, I was talking to one of my cousins, and literally, when I walked back to the car after I finished talking to him, checkmate this. He must be not even relevant to me anymore because this man was literally standing behind me, and I didn't even notice this man.
Wow.
I didn't. And my aunt and my uncle was like, well, we was talking to him. We was literally standing behind you. And I'm like, well, I didn't notice none of that shit.
I feel you.
And then he was like, oh, and then my uncle was like, oh yeah, he still wants you because he couldn't keep his eye. I say, listen, I already know that. Don't tell me shit I don't know. Tell me shit that tell me what shit I don't know. I know the shit I know already.
Right.
Give you some tea. Was the wife with him? Oh no, she wasn't. She wasn't there. I know she wasn't there. Because you want to know why she wasn't there? Because he knew
I was going to be there.
He know that's my motherfucking family.
Facts. Talk.
So yeah, so now this nigga stalked my stories, the whole 9 yards. See everything going down. Huh? To this day. That's my
to this day.
my son like now.
So I want to talk about one more thing, and then I'm gonna let you go because I feel like I won't take too much of your time. So let's talk about. I was talking about relationships. Let's talk about the premise or the topic of side niggas or side bitches. First, I want to talk about the environment where it was what environment you think created the opportunity for a side nigga or side bitch. How to, I'm not gonna say get away with it because then we're gonna be having like side nigga 101 classes and shit, right? But how you can recover from it, I guess, or I guess the final thing is, what should you do if you find out if there is an outside person from your relationship?
Oh, I thought about to say, do the person know about this side thing?
No.
Oh, yeah. Well, listen, I got a divorce due to the fact that my husband cheated. So you talking to the wrong one. I don't play no games.
But some people don't get divorces. Some people don't believe in divorce.
And I do believe, and I listen. And since I've been in the podcast industry on social media, I hear a lot of people podcasting was like, that's not the all be all. That's not the breaking.
Right. That's not the last straw.
Well, I say, listen, that's my deal breaker.
Yeah.
Because, and the reason why I say it's my deal breaker is because, for one, you are not about to have me go mentally psycho crazy. That's not happening. Because all I feel like is 2 things. I feel like when somebody do have a side person and you end up finding out, or if they end up cheating, you giving them the blueprint of how to fuck over you again and again and again and again.
Facts.
All you doing is sitting there. He or she just got to sit there and be consistent for a couple of months or a couple of weeks until you over it, until they feel that you feel like you over it, and then thinking that everything's back together and he or she could sleep in the bed, y'all back lovey-dovey. It's like, oh, then that person gonna think like, oh, okay, all I gotta do this, I could do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Like now I got the blueprint to know how to get back closer to him or her if I do fuck up again.
Sure.
And then the whole thing is the fact is that I say, the second thing is that 9 times out of 10, the person who had been cheated on don't really naturally forget that shit.
No,
You don't.
Hell no.
It's going to remember. Now you about to make me go psycho crazy because what I wasn't doing before, now
you're overdoing it. Yep. I gotta check to see if it's his.
I'm now saying but trying to question if you really going out with the boys or you about to meet up with some bitches. Now I'm double calling you or quadruple calling you when I wasn't doing. Now I'm on your neck. That's not you.
Yep.
Me and nobody's not about to put me in that mentality space, in that mindset that when that's not me. So that's why I had to release and let my ex-husband go. Because you're not about to put me in a space where I know that's not my character, that's not my reputation, that's not who I am as a woman.
Agreed. I mean, it does make you feel, because that brings out insecurities in you. So now you're doing outside of the normal that you were doing. You're now checking his phone, smelling his clothes, asking where he at, where you going, who you gonna be with. When before he'd be like, oh, I'm going to the bar with my brothers. All right, cool, have fun. Tell him I say, hey,
love you. You know what I'm saying?
Right, bye.
Right.
I see you when you get back, or if I'm asleep, just give me a kiss, bye. Shit like that. Now you like, oh, are you coming in late? This is normally the time I come in with my brothers. Yeah, well, you gotta do the whole let me smell your dick.
Like, to that point, it's over.
I mean, technically, that's how I feel like with people who cheat in relationships. It's kind of is over because building that trust all over from the get-go, especially for relationships that started off with insecurities in the first place because of carrying baggage over from the previous relationship. It's already bad. It's like this man or this woman has already went through all this to build this trust, dealt with the baggage of a previous relationship, for then you now to trust your partner completely, and then they cheat. Then it's like now you're crazy as fuck all the. Okay. Is it crazy? I was fucking over there. You checking pockets. You trying to figure out hacker apps for the phones. Like you start thinking of all this shit, and then you losing sleep. You're not eating. Why this nigga or this bitch is over here snoring in the bed?
You fake sleeping, because then when he crawls and slides on the bed, your eyes immediately open and start thinking like, "Where the fuck you been?
Why are you taking the shower at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning?"
I'm not doing that. No. So guess what? I'm going to file for this divorce. You have a nice life, and whoever you just came from fucking, go right back to her. Hope she got space for you.
Facts. Like you said, it's about protecting your peace, like you said earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
All right, that was my last thing. I'm not going to attack him that much, but I just thought it was really.
What did I do today?
No. I meant like attack you as like being because sometimes when you have like more men or more women on a podcast, sometimes it seems like you're antagonizing the other counterpart. But I don't want it to be that way.
He agreed.
That's why I said I'm not going to attack him because he agreed.
I've never been the type to justify the bullshit. Like if you ain't shit, you ain't shit. Like I'm very like black or white with it, like, yo, it's going to be this way or that way.
Yo, oh my God, somebody that think like me. I'm black or white. Fuck the gray. There's no gray.
I agree.
No, because I hate when people, well, what about the gray? I say the gray don't exist in my motherfucking world.
Yeah, man, there's so many more questions I have to ask you that I have, but maybe we could do another collab sometime in the future. Because there's just things I want to pick your brain as far as what makes you think, how do you feel like people think that, hey, a side chick or a side situation could actually exist, could actually be plausible, that, could actually work out?
I think
if you know your partner.
Yeah, you got to know your partner. And then now that just let me tell you something, because I do know people who have these situations,
These situationships.
on the side, See, mine's a sex situation because my partner, is a whole different story with him. So, but knowing the fact goes back to knowing your partner. But I do also heard, even with my sex situationship, the way he broke it down, he was like, a lot of people end up settling and to accept it is what it is of their partner because they know the fact that, hey, it's a possibility their partner going to cheat, possibility they're going to step out. So why they're going to wreck up their home for the fact that he's going to go or she going to go out there to cheat. So I say, well, basically you're just settling and accepting the fact that the person is going to cheat. He was like, yeah, a lot of people.
Somebody I know.
He's like, yeah, a lot of people just really, really accept it. They accept it to keep the black card, to keep the shopping sprees, to keep the house that they living in, to keep the fact that, hey, it's going to happen. So why I'm going to wreck it in my life because he decided to go and sleep with one particular person or a couple of people on one particular night. Yeah. And I'm like, but that's all good and dandy, but it don't work in my world. Yeah. And it happens in my world. And a lot of people are doing, a lot of women are accepting that because I was watching a show where one of the girls from the Bad Girls Club, she was saying cheating to her is not the all be all. It's not a deal breaker. She was like, I'm not about to get a divorce or divorce my husband because he probably went out to town with his boys in Vegas or somewhere out the country and he just slept with one girl but he's coming home to me. I'm not about to divorce him because he just had one night stand or fucked some girl randomly one time. And I'm like, see, that's the mentality of women. I feel like you are not respecting yourself. So you're just giving people the blueprint to fuck over you.
Facts. I agree. But I think also a lot of time when it's women like that, it's kind of like they might be financially dependent on that husband or whatever else. Mm-hmm. Or a lot of times you get, well, I don't want to break up the kids. I'm doing it for the kids. Or wait till they turn 18. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's
it's always.
So you gotta suffer and gotta deal with the bullshit. You crazy as hell.
No.
I mean, but you got to remember, that's how it used to be back in the day, though.
Yeah, but there's people that do.
But now, 2020, 2021,
yeah. And we understand our grandparents and some of our parents, they've done it.
I agree.
And I understand, but that's because they didn't have so many options that we have today.
Agreed.
Men and women in 2021, about to be 2022, we have the education. Yes, we have more independency. We have more financial freedom to go get that shit shown. So if you want to be a lazy bitch and depend on this man or you, bitch, you whack for that.
Whack. Corny.
And I feel like, maybe because social media and stuff wasn't around back in the day, but back in the day, when you like grandfather or grand aunt or somebody, you find about the other family members at the funeral and be like, yo, who's this kid that looked like the rest of us? Exactly. You're like, oh, they had a whole song. Was it Papa was a Rolling Stone?
Like your mom and your grandma, certain particular people in the family, they didn't know about. So now they're calling you over. Oh yeah, meet your grandfather, your dad's other daughter and son. Those your brothers. Right. Now you want to tell me this when this man is in the box.
So right. I can't cuss his ass out. So I can't give him a left hook.
Exactly. Like.
So he got it off easy. Oh, okay.
Which back in those days, a lot of men and women had, because all the secrets came out is when at the funeral when they did, or either months after the funeral when the shit starts spilling over. Yep. One auntie and uncle got a big ass mouth.
Facts. It's always one. Always one.
They'll hit you with, I thought you knew about this.
I ain't gonna lie. My mom is that one. That's how I know. That's how I know. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I want to wrap this up. This is so much fun. Like I really want to do this again. For our listeners and for you, I mean, I'm pretty sure your listeners already know. Can you tell us where they can find you, where they can follow you, what platforms you're on, so we can go ahead and plug you and
where can get this tea?
Yeah.
Yeah. So listen, you guys could be able to follow me and subscribe, like, and tune in to Pillow Talk with the Tea at Pillow Talk with the Tea podcast on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, all major platforms and streaming platforms where podcast is settled and on. Everywhere. If you don't listen, and all the tea that I give, listen, I'm a cursing Christian, as I always say.
Put that in mind. Because
As I always say, so you don't want to be loud, want me to be loud on your phone, you can plug it in, tune it in, and in your earpiece with Amazon, Pandora, iHeartRadio. We everywhere. Just, Spotify, we all over. So just hit us up, put Pillow Talk with the T, and I'll pop right up. And you guys can get this tea. And then also my lives are on Thursdays nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Instagram Live, where you guys can come in, join the conversation, because as I always say, that my platform is not just only mine, it's so much more of yours as well. This is where you can release, heal, and get therapy and be able to snatch the rug underneath your own feet if you need to. Let's talk about the uncomfortable conversations and speak the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she does. She got that dirt underneath the rug. She took that rug off. And she's like, you see this? You didn't sweep this up.
Right.
But you didn't get this. Oh, there's a spot right there. Get that Windex. Come over here. Get this.
Right.
She's that grandma to come through and be like, oh, there's dust right up there.
Listen, my OCD will kick in. I'm like,
Okay.
He hates that shit. He was like, nah, really, seriously. Only you can see that.
That's normally how it would be, though.
Right.
Only that, and that's the thing. Only me can see that. That's important. So get it up, clean it up.
Right, clean it up, so you could be, clean and whole over again. So again, thank you so much for coming on our podcast. As always, our fellow drunks, you can follow us on social media. If you don't follow us on Instagram, you can follow us on Facebook. You can email us at dwfriends@gmail.com. You can listen to us on basically, like she said, all streaming platforms: Alexa, Castplay, Podbean, Pandora, iPhone podcast, Google Podcasts, everywhere.
You said iPhone podcast.
That's iPhone podcast, iPodcast. You know what the fuck I meant. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. You on there. You already know.
Apple.
You know what I'm talking about. I say iPodcast was the symbol, got the little eye and the little joint.
Yeah.
They knew what the fuck I'm talking about. Everywhere, Google Play, we're everywhere, guys. So definitely tune in, show some support. Follow Pillow Talk with the T. We're not selfish around here. Show the love. Hopefully we can do this again, and maybe we can do it again with wine time. I've been trying to get I see that you guys gonna be doing something with wine time. Maybe it could just be
that's my Jersey girl right there.
Yes, I'm like, maybe it could just be the girls, because I know y'all gonna get crazy, and I'm here for it.
Yes, bring it back home.
Okay, I might have to actually drive to Philly so I could be around, and we do it. We gotta do it. But again, thank you so much. And with that being said, we got our last shots poured.
Yep.
All right. Cheers to a successful podcast. Thank you again. Yes. You're the bomb.com girl.
Thanks.
Thank you for my therapy session.
Right.
No
we need
problem.
that.
You guys are awesome. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem, baby. See ya.
Yeah.